10 days until madness. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, the highly anticipated next film in the MCU. We're 10 days away from it opening wide on Friday, May 6th. So I'm going to give you guys a few predictions and kind of talk about some things that have been released today, actually. And I will have a full predictions video in a few more days as we get a little bit closer to the premiere of the movie. But before I get into my thoughts on this and how we're only 10 days out, make sure to hit the like button, comment down below some of your predictions or expectations for Multiverse of Madness, and make sure to subscribe to that notification bell, as I'm going to have loads of content for Multiverse of Madness. You're not going to want to miss out on it. So I'll start by saying this. We got our final poster for Multiverse of Madness, and it looks gorgeous. I think Marvel's really stepped it up lately with their posters, from Moon Knight to other projects, but Multiverse of Madness has had the most impressive run of promotional posters, whether that's the IMAX Screen X poster or even the Dolby Cinema poster. There's just so much attention to detail. So this final poster is overflowing with detail. You've got so much going on, but it doesn't look too messy. It all kind of feels right for a multiversal movie. And the one thing I want to point out about this poster is how it feels very evil in a way, and that's kind of playing into the evil Strange and evil Wanda, in my opinion, because the poster has horrific elements to it, like from a horror movie, and it's giving off very creepy and unsettling vibes, which I'm here for. That's what I want this movie to kind of embody, and I hope this poster is telling of what the movie is going to go with. Now, we obviously know that Scott Derrickson was originally signed on to direct this movie. It was going to be much darker and the first real horror movie for the MCU. Sam Raimi is now directing it. It's a little bit of a different vision from that original Scott Derrickson idea for the movie, so it's probably not going to be as much of a horror film, but it's still Sam Raimi, who did The Evil Dead and some other horror films, so it's probably going to have horror vibes to it, and this could be one of the darker MCU movies. I'm here for it if so. I mean, if Wanda slaughters a bunch of people... There's like an image of Wanda in the bottom center of this poster where it looks like she's over like an altar where you would do like a human sacrifice. There's one shot near like the left side of the poster if you're looking at it head on. It looks like this demonic graphic in the background. So this movie has the potential to be really dark, especially for the MCU, and I'm very intrigued by its premise. That's why I got the red backlighting for this video, because we're going evil. We're going into the Multiverse of Madness, and it's probably going to be insane. But I also want to talk about the fact that we got a new 30-second clip promoting the fact that the movie comes out in 10 days, and in this clip, we get confirmation of something that has been speculated heavily for this movie, as there's a line where Mordo tells Strange, "Stephen Strange, the Illuminati will now see you."
Stephen Strange, the Illuminati will see you now.
But this 100,000% confirms the Illuminati are going to be in this movie. We all kind of already speculated this would be true, as we see Strange walk into the room and you see a bunch of chairs where the Illuminati members would be sitting. But in the trailer, we also see Charles Xavier, who's a member of the Illuminati. And I'm pretty confident in saying that this Mordo character we're seeing is a variant of Mordo, and that's probably going to be a member of the Illuminati. Now, who's going to fill those other chairs in the Illuminati? I'm not going to say right now, because I have a final prediction video that'll come out in a few days where I'll get really down and gritty with who I think will show up in this movie. But I really do believe that the Illuminati cameos will probably be the coolest we see in this movie, and I can just envision a scene where they're panning across the Illuminati and the audience just cheers louder and louder every time, leading up to the final member, who could be the biggest reveal in the entire movie. I'll tell you guys who I think that is in my prediction video coming in a few days, so stay tuned for that. But Multiverse of Madness is literally right around the corner, and I'm kind of want to be honest with you guys, I've tempered my expectations quite a bit, because for the longest time, you know, after the Super Bowl trailer came out where we saw Charles Xavier, my mind was just going crazy, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to see every Marvel character in existence. This is going to be bigger than No Way Home when it comes to cameos. And I kind of needed to just sit back and be like, okay, this is a 2-hour movie. We have Doctor Strange, Wanda, and Wong. We don't have that much time to really throw all these cameos at the wall. And how much of a purpose will they actually serve? Would it be cool fan service? Hell yeah, it would be. But if I'm comparing this to No Way Home, where there's also cameos in that movie, every single one of those cameos served a greater purpose for Peter Parker, Tom Holland's Peter Parker, I should say, his journey and his arc in the film. Toby and Andrew were there to mentor him and be like big brother figures, and Tom Holland is able to lean on them in his lowest point. Also, you've got all the villains in there because they pose a threat, and it kind of connects them all, so it makes sense that all those characters show up in the movie. Multiverse of Madness, aside from the fact that the multiverse seems to be shattered, it really doesn't make sense for a bunch of other characters like Wolverine or Deadpool to show up. Do I still think some of them could? Absolutely, and I'm going to get into that again in my prediction video, but I do want to just kind of take a step back and come back down to earth, because I was riding this wave of, oh my gosh, we're going to see every X-Men in existence in this movie, and theoretically that could be possible, but I just doubt it's going to happen. It's unlikely. You know, there's been so many reshoots, and they probably want to really focus on Wanda and her future in the MCU, and Strange and their conflict, because you got Christine Palmer in here, played by Rachel McAdams, and Wong. You've just got so many characters that we've already set up, and there seems to be a direction they're going from the trailers and the story where there's really not going to be any reason to throw all these cameos in this movie. Now, do I still think there will be? Yes, but I think the majority of them will probably fall with the Illuminati, which is more fitting because Strange is obviously going to be on trial there, so it would make sense for those cameos to show up. But I don't think there's going to be some moment where like portals are opening and a bunch of people are just flying through, which is what I kind of fan fiction drew up in my head for a few months at least. So I just want to go into this movie with lowered expectations so that I don't feel disappointed. And if I go in with those low expectations and then for some reason they do throw a bunch of cameos at us, I can be extra hype and feel like, you know, it lived up to the hype. I don't want to walk out of this movie and be like, I overhyped myself, because that's the worst feeling ever. And with only 10 days to go, I really need to keep myself in check from an expectations perspective. But it's safe to say the final countdown is on. This movie hopefully delivers on its title and its madness. And if it's not, I just hope it's a solid MCU movie that gives us a fitting continuation of Wanda's journey in Strange. I hope they have a cool showdown. And at the end of the day, we're getting a new Sam Raimi movie, which is just awesome. The man hasn't directed a film in quite some time, and he's responsible for one of the greatest superhero trilogies of all time with that Tobey Spider-Man trilogy. So you gotta love him, and I think it's gonna be really cool to just see a new Sam Raimi MCU movie that's going to be stylistically different, hopefully, than a lot of the recent MCU movies. We've only got 10 days to go. I'll have tons of Multiverse of Madness videos when that movie does come out, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you miss out on none of that. I'll have like 1 or 2 Multiverse of Madness videos a day for like a week, so it's going to be a fun time, and I feel like this whole week is the calm before the storm that is Multiverse of Madness. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Comment down below your predictions or expectations for Multiverse of Madness. Have a great rest of your week, as we are so close to Multiverse of Madness, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.